Well, I mean, I don't think that, I think that's one of those high level results, which is, it comes from a bunch of different mechanisms going on together. And you wouldn't necessarily expect it to be the same everywhere. And also the recession we're going through right now is different from any other recession we've ever seen. And therefore, one has to be very, very careful from saying what happened in previous recessions will happen in this recession. Nevertheless, you want to look at that evidence and see what happened. The Great Depression in the US was a time when mortality rates were lower than in any years around them. And you see that in many countries and many times. So for not suicides, I'll come to suicides in a minute, but for not suicides, a lot of it is just fairly mechanical stuff. For instance, people are not spending very much money. They're not driving around in fast cars. They're probably not smoking and drinking as much. And that is something you would expect right now. I mean, so New York hospitals' emergency rooms are typically full of people who've had traffic accidents or people who've injured themselves on construction sites and stuff like that. And most of that has gone away. So that's one of the main reasons why when economic activity slows, some of the accidental consequences of economic activity also slow. So I think that makes good sense. People also like to spend money in ways that are sometimes harmful for them. And if they have less money, they'll do less of that. Obviously, you can think of things on the other side. So the unemployment and suicide is right. But, in the Great Depression, there were people jumping out of skyscrapers in New York, but it turns out they're a very small number. And also, suicides are only 2% of all deaths. And so you could have an increase in suicide that doesn't do much to the all-cause mortality rate, nor does it offset those other more positive, they're not positive forces, but they're positive for mortality.